afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon, Miss T.
Alright, so yesterday we started reading this text, Pioneer Families. Okay? Pioneer Families. And what did we find yesterday? What did we use our graphic organizer to find yesterday, Lori?
We used a graphic organizer to find. So we used a graphic organizer
Oh, yes, we did find our gists. We absolutely found our gists. Everybody say gist. Gist. So gists were those little notes that we wrote in our margins that told us exactly what each paragraph was about. Thank you. But what did we use our graphic organizer for?
A main idea.
Thank you, Jenny. A main idea. I know, she did call out, but I want to keep it.
Oh, I know that.
So, yesterday we found our main idea. The next step that we're going to need to take is to find our key details, and then we will finish our graphic organizer assignment, and we will move on to something called text structure. Everybody say text structure.
Text structure.
Text structure. So, Egypt, will you please read our objective for today? What does it mean to identify something, Janae? Okay, so it's what we're doing in the assignment. Identifying is what we're doing in the assignment. Yes. So if we're identifying the main idea, we're writing the main idea. Yeah. Good. So to identify in this case, more specifically than that, Janae, is to find something. Okay, so if we are going to identify the text structure, we are going to find out what kind of structure our text Pioneer Families has. Okay? Lori, read this next part.
I know I've
Start over, Lori, and I want a nice, strong scholar voice.
I know I've got it when I know I've got it when I have named the structure and found evidence of this structure.
So we're going to do two things, right? We're going to, one, Egypt. We're going to do, what's the first thing we're going to do? We're going to, and the second thing we're going to do, Janae, is find evidence. Excellent, ladies. So, if the main idea is what the author is saying, right? We said the main idea was if you were to take this text and just state it in one sentence, that would be the main idea. The text structure, oh no.
You can just
I'll tape it up. The text structure is how the author is saying it. If the main idea is what they're saying, the text structure is how they're saying it. What that means is it's how the author organizes the information in their paper. When they're thinking about what they want to tell us.
Sorry for
You're interrupting, okay, so please wait. Okay, thank you. Yes, we will. So, when the author is trying to explain something to the readers, the author has to think about how they're going to organize their information, what they're going to write, where and when, so that when we're reading this, what will be our reading experience? What will we see where? And there are 5 different kinds of text structures. Janae, will you please read one of these kinds of nonfiction text structures to us?
The 5 non.
Pull your chair in Egypt, let's go.
The 5 nonfiction text
structures.
Structures.
Okay, so choose one. Choose one. Why don't you read descriptive for us?
Descriptive. Describe a topic, idea, person, or thing by giving textual information
Specific.
about it, look like, sound like, explain.
Examples.
Club, clue words,
For explain and
For
adding,
example,
in adding,
in addition,
in addition, special,
specifically,
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 specifically.
Specifically.
Okay, that's a tough one.
In particular, taste like,
Tastes like.
taste like, feel like, smell like.
Thank you. So descriptive is one kind of text structure, and it describes a topic, idea, or person or thing by giving us information about it, okay? And the author might say what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it tastes like, what it feels like, what it smells like, okay? They're just describing it to us. That one's pretty simple. Egypt, why don't you read compare, contrast?
Compare.
Egypt's going to read compare, contrast to us.
So,
Very good. It shows how two or more things are alike and how they are different, okay? So compare. You guys know about comparing and contrasting, right?
Yes,
You learned about this?
that when we do these two, we like if we put both, and then we put like a like, and then we put like shape words and all that stuff, and both in the middle. That's what we learn about in music.
Perfect. Exactly. So you can say how they're the same and how they're different. Lori, why don't you read cause? Lori, why don't you read cause and effect to us?
Cause and effect shows the relationship between shows the relationship between what and effect what happens. Cause.
Oh, you don't need to read those, okay? You don't even need to read the blue ones. But great job. It's okay. So cause and effect says why something happens and what happens. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Okay? So a text structure that is about that would say, this is what happened and this is why it happened. Okay?
Please report to the main office.
So I'm going to read just the last two. Everybody go to the bottom left corner, sequential. Everybody say sequential.
Sequential.
Follow along with me. Explains events or steps in order to tell how something is done or how something happens, okay? It explains orders or steps. So it would say, first, you put in the flour, then you put in the water, then you do this, then you do this, then you do this, and you do this, and then you have to, after you do all these steps, you will have a cake. Or it might be, in 1892, or in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. And then this ship came, and then this ship came, and then this ship came. And it might be a sequence of events.
It's
A sequence of events.
It's like a part of something that you have to do steps. Like if you have a seed and you don't know what to do, you probably by doing the steps.
But you have to do them in order, okay? So a text that is structured Egypt sequentially would be about the different pieces of it all going in order, okay?
So if you don't do an order, like if you just put the seed in, then put the water, put the sand, stuff.
Egypt.
Or if you just stuff everything inside.
Right. So the last one is problem solution. Okay, ladies, say problem solution.
Problem solution.
Problem solution. Egypt, listen, my friend, sit up.
Okay.
Move your chair in, and don't scooch it out again. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Problem solution discusses a problem and gives possible solutions to fix them. Okay? So it says we have this problem, and these are the different ways that we can fix it. So these are the 5 different ways. Hold your thought, Janae. These are the 5 different ways that a text can be structured. So if you look back at your notes of our text, Pioneer Families, look back at your notes, read over it, and try to think in your head what kind of text structure it is. Okay? You can use your handout as a reference sheet. Pull out your Pioneer Families text, Egypt, Janae has her text out and she has her handout underneath. You don't need your scrap paper yet. I have my text here. I have my handouts here. I have them next to each other. And I'm going to look at the notes that I have, although you all have much better notes than me. I'm going to look at the notes that I have, and I'm going to think, do these pieces look like the pieces of one of these structures over here? Do I see a pattern here? Is the author comparing and contrasting two different things? Is the author giving an event and saying why it happened, like cause and effect? Or maybe it's sequential. Is the author naming a bunch of different things that happen in order? Is the author describing something? Does the author have one topic and they're giving us a bunch of different descriptions about the topic? Or is this problem solution? Does the author give us a problem and then tell us a bunch of different ways to fix it? Okay? So look at your notes and try to think which kind of structure it is. Does everyone understand what we're doing?
Yes.
Understand what we're doing, Egypt? You don't understand? Janae, will you understand to Egypt? Will you explain to Egypt what we're doing now?
So what we do in Egypt is like when we display this, with all of this this, what we do is it's like if the text based on the text, if the author is telling us to do that, we got problems or problem, cause, effect, describative, all that. If you go to the text and see if we got a problem solution, cause, effect, compare, contact.
Okay. Exactly. Thank you, Janae. Do you understand now? You're looking through the text and trying to see which kind of structures we have, okay? You're going to have 1 minute to decide. Very quick. Take a quick guess what you think it is. Go ahead. Get working. Get working. Janae's working. You don't need to write down the different kinds because you're going to get to keep this handout, okay?
Write it down.
And look, write down which kind of structure you think it is. If you think you already know, just go ahead and write it. Yes, Louise.
And if you look on paragraph 2, that I wrote is a problem. It's a part of the problem solution.
If you have a thought, just write it down, okay? We're going to discuss it in a little bit. Write it down on your scrap paper.
Right on there.
You don't need to worry about writing your name right now, okay? We don't have very much time left. I really want to see if you can figure out the structure of this text. And if you have identified a structure underneath that, Janae, write some evidence. Write where you think they write about that structure. Where you think they put the different things, the different components or things that make up that structure. But the first thing you're going to write is the kind of structure you think it is, Lori, okay? What kind of structure is it? All right, take about 30 more seconds. I want everyone to have a kind of structure on their paper in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay, ladies, great work. I love that you were all working. If you didn't quite figure it out, that's okay. That's all right. Just put your pencils down. Put your pencils down, please. Okay, Egypt, put her pencil down. Lloyd, put her pencil down. Everyone has their pencils down. Wonderful. So, Janae, why don't you tell us what kind of text structure you wrote?
I put 5 non-fictions. Problem solution.
Problem solution. She thought it was the problem solution structure. Why did you think it was the problem solution structure, Janae?
Because it says in the text that sometimes a family would have a problem.
Brilliant. She found right in the text that sometimes families would have problems, and she thought,
Araya
Take problem
Mathis, please
solution
report
to
to the
me.
cafeteria for
okay,
dismissal.
good detective
Araya
work.
Mathis, cafeteria for dismissal.
Lori, what did you think?
I
Egypt, sit up.
Arrow, the trick was hard. Sometimes the trick was hard. Sometimes the words are hard.
But Lori, wait, what kind of structure do you think it is? I'm looking for one of these 5 words.
It is a problem.
You also think it's problem solution?
Because the problem is that all the wheels, it was difficult because all the wheels were hard.
Okay, so you also thought of a problem. Okay, she read in the sentence that families would have problem, and you read that the wheels would fall off, and that sounded like a problem. So in problem solution, there's a problem and there's a listen to my. Thank you, Egypt. Exactly. So does the author give a solution? In order for it to be problem solution, they would have to give a solution, right?
Yes.
What's the solution? Egypt, do you have a thought? No? Okay, Lori, what do you think the solution
They'll
was?
have to work together and fix it.
Lori said that the solution is that they have to work together and fix it. What do you think, Egypt? Sit up so I can hear you.
I said I agree.
You agree? Why do you agree? Can you find some evidence in the text of them working together? What is that? Read it. You're gonna have to sit
This
up.
one.
Read it, please. Great job, Egypt. Exactly. That's exactly where the solution is. Yes, Julie.
I thought so.
Great job, Egypt.
I
Stay
thought
sitting up.
that
You're almost there. Almost there.
I thought that the same not the same thing. I thought that sometimes they would have problems. Sometimes someone would be sick or they would run out of food. Other families would help them. They knew that they had to work together to get to their new home.
So, they had a problem. They're traveling to the west, people are getting sick, and people are running out of food. They need to get to their homes, but this is a really hard trip and they might not make it because they're running out of food and people are getting sick. That's a really big problem. They're homeless right now. They don't have a
That's
home.
why I said
They left their homes on the east and they need their homes on the west. Exactly, Janae. And they are having a really hard time getting there, and their solution is to work together. So that's our text structure, okay, ladies?
Yes.
Yes, this is a true thing. These pioneers actually existed a pretty long time ago when our nation was first being developed. When it was first being developed. That's invalid. Exactly. It's not really related. Okay, ladies. Great job discovering our text structure. So what kind of text structure is this?
This a non-fiction. The 5 non-fiction text
structures.
But which one is it?
It's
problem solution.
Which kind is it, Egypt?
problem solution.
Excellent, ladies. Great